Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. I have some awesome news to share. This is getting so good. So, right about now, Congressman Matt Gaetz has to be feeling like an Edgar Allan Poe character because the ticking of the clock is just getting louder and louder. I mean, it's going like this. It's so loud. So, several news outlets just reported that another associate of Gaetz and Joel Greenberg has taken a cooperation deal. Yeah, the walls are caving in. So good. So, 43-year-old Joe Ellicott, who goes by the nickname of Big Joe, he came under scrutiny, you guys may remember, after it was revealed that his good friend and Seminole County tax collector, Joel Greenberg, had been indicted on numerous charges, including sex trafficking, fraud, all kinds of horrific, nefarious stuff. Well, Ellicott has pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud and distribution of a controlled substance. And his attorney told the Daily Beast that he's been cooperating with the authorities in the investigation into Gaetz, into gigantic cranium Gaetz. That is really bad news for Gaetz because Ellicott was reportedly aware of the details involving that 17-year-old girl with whom Gaetz and the others are accused of having sex. And as the investigation into Greenberg was ramping up, Ellicott had sent encrypted messages to him discussing the fact that she was 17 when she was having sex with men. And he even said in one of these messages, oh, this could result in a charge of trafficking. I mean, it doesn't get more clear than that. And unfortunately for this guy, Ellicott, Greenberg wasn't just disloyal to his wife. He's disloyal to everyone. So even though these were encrypted messages that were supposed to delete, like automatically disappear after 30 seconds on Signal, he took screenshots of these conversations, Greenberg did, and he turned them over to investigators. Now, in addition, and according to the Daily Beast, just minutes after Greenberg was made aware that this girl was actually 17 and not of legal age, he placed a phone call to Gaetz to warn Gaetz. Well, Ellicott's attorney was asked about that alleged call, and he noted that it was made from the tax collector's office, which, how does he know? And he also said that Ellicott, quote, might have some information about that. And then just as with Greenberg, Ellicott now is trying to save his own ass at this point. His attorney said, quote, obviously they value his continued cooperation as he does as well. We are going to set off sentencing as long as we can and do everything we can to reduce his time. So that means we're spilling all the tea. We're giving them every single thing we have about every single person. So this could widen even further because, my grandmother used to say, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you what you're all about. These guys aren't hanging around with the best people, right? When Gaetz and Greenberg send their people, they're not sending the best. They're criminals, they're accused pedophiles, and some, I assume, are good people. So here's what Ellicott is specifically accused of doing, and here's why he has agreed to cooperate. Ellicott, as you may recall, he's a longtime friend of Greenberg. He was a groomsman in his wedding, while, by the way, Greenberg was paying young girls for sex and cheating on his fiancée and then wife. But anyway, great group of guys. So after Greenberg's arrest, it was revealed that Greenberg had put a lot of his groomsmen on the Seminole County payroll, yet there's no actual evidence of them doing any work. And then it was also determined through an audit of the tax collector's office that Greenberg had issued a taxpayer-funded credit card to Ellicott. And Ellicott used that credit card to purchase thousands of dollars worth of items, which had nothing to do with tax collection or the tax collector's office. In fact, some of the items that he purchased appeared to be for his coin and antique store because he was still working that business, running that business, while he was supposed to be working for the taxpayers and on their dime. But what he's agreed to plead guilty to is way worse than a no-show job or, taxpayer-funded credit cards for antiques. A court filing accuses Ellicott of fraud, and it states that he agreed to, quote, pay bribes and kickbacks to a public official. So the document notes that Ellicott acted as an intermediary in this bribe and kickback scheme, and it was between Greenberg, an unnamed private company and its owner, and an unnamed public official. So they're not saying who these other people are, but they know who they are. So they're not sleeping tonight. And that's awesome. The scheme went something like this. So the owner of the private company submitted knowingly inflated invoices to Greenberg's Seminole County tax office. So Greenberg knew that the numbers were inflated. He takes these invoices in. Greenberg pays the money for these invoices. He pays the company and the owner. The owner pockets the difference between the actual cost of the goods and services or work done, whatever it was for. He pockets the difference between what it actually costs and what he billed. And then that owner of the company hands over money to Ellicott. Ellicott's like the bag man for him. So Ellicott would pick up the money and take it physically to the public official to serve as a bribe. And then the public official, whoever it was, would take official action, working for the people, supposedly. He's getting bribed. He takes official action that's favorable to this private business owner and his company. And this is all on the backs of Seminole County taxpayers. But keep voting Republican out there in Florida. It's working out great for you. But I digress. So Ellicott has a lot of motivation to give up the goods on Gig Cray Gaetz because each of these charges carries a maximum penalty of up to 20 years in prison. And get this, fines of up to $5.2 million. And then the other charge, I should say, was about him selling Adderall. Apparently, he said that he admitted to selling something like $5,000 or $6,000 worth of Adderall to one person over a year or two period of time. So that is if you're not familiar, it's a medication for people with attention deficit disorder. So Ellicott, as part of this plea deal, has agreed to return a minimum of $6,000 that he fraudulently received. He's also agreed that he'll help investigators to recoup additional funds or assets that were obtained illegally by other people. So tick frickin' tock, Gaetz. We will celebrate, guys. When Gig Cray is arrested, we will celebrate. That is my promise to you. I will pop open a bottle of champagne, maybe, that I was given 22 years ago, almost 23 years ago. Still sitting in my fridge. Dom Perignon. I might save that for the Trumps. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll do something special. So I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.